My global issue is the 13th objective of the Agenda 2030, which is climate change. I chose this topic to solve environmental issues. The Earth doesn't have much time to recover from the damages the humans have done. According to the New York Times, we only have 7 years approximately, and each person as an individual has an opportunity to decrease the acceleration of a catastrophic result due to climate change. By proposing an idea to reduce climate change and even put in action my idea makes me feel like I have an apportation towards the world and the population of the future. By acquiring more perspectives from people from another country and older, wiser people about this issue, it made me realize that the problem is not only the government, it is also society. That the only way climate change can really decrease would be if each one of us has an apportation towards reducing climate change. The United Nations estimates that by 2050 the population will rise to 9 billion people, and food production will not be enough because it is at risk from factors such as global warming, increased demand, and natural disasters. Thanks to the fact that it would be difficult to provide sufficient food production for the consumerism of the massive population, purchases will become more expensive and each time will be of poorer quality. Acquiring information from organizations and perspectives of other cultures gave me an idea to contribute with a solution to the environment for climate change, which is affecting food production. My proposal is to make gardens at home that include vegetables, fruits, herbs, and seasoning products in order to use the production of these to promote organic consumption that will reduce the exploitation of resources thanks to the great demand for these products. And the plus factor will be that this idea can reduce the damage to land of soils that pesticides and chemicals cause in the world, and to reduce the consumption of meat in families, along with the cruelty that the cattle activity entails. The effectiveness of this idea can be easily proved. My proposal would be to try out doing a garden at home and watch if the production of this is good enough in quantity and quality to feed an entire family and good for a daily healthy diet free of meat. To make this garden at home, we should have in mind a couple of questions, like how much time would it take for the production to grow? In general, vegetables such as tomatoes, spinach, lettuce, and basil, among others, take 30 days to grow. However, for them to be ripe and edible, it can take up to 2 months. On the other hand, fruits take approximately 3 months for growth to show. It depends on what is planted. With what resources? This garden at home can be done with waste produced at home, like pieces of cardboard from boxes or milk, wood, pet, and purchase of seeds or fruit and vegetable compost. Also, to plant or transplant, we can do it with spoons, toppers, or even our hands. How much will it cost? To make a garden at home will be an inversion, as just buying the first organic seeds or using compost will give vegetables, fruits, herbs, and seasonings for 1 whole year, to say the least. Depending on the quantity of products we can plant will be the cost of the seeds, but in general, to invest in 5 different products will cost you approximately 150 pesos up to 200 pesos. If you want to build a bigger garden at home, it will cost more, but the inversion would be worth as in a scale project. Making a garden at home works with a circular economy. This means that the value of products, materials, and resources is maintained in the economy for as long as possible, and that the generation of waste is reduced to the minimum. What risks should be controlled? The risks of daily life that we should have in mind are climatic conditions, fruits to be planted, possible pests, time, number of seeds, and water. This is a very novel project that the whole family can enjoy and from which everyone obtains important benefits in their daily diet, since they would not be transgenic products and would be free of pesticides. It also works as a hobby or sustainable activity, in addition to being therapeutic for a member of the family. This project, becoming larger in scale, can help reduce our carbon footprint, starting with a new diet without eating meat. The creation of a garden is a different and original way for more people to have access to fruits in an ecological and natural way. We can infer that the production can be used for family consumption. Also, that we can reduce the impact of meat consumption and even avoid the cruelty and suffering that the cattle industry causes to livestock to satisfy the extreme consumerism that the population demands. The only negative aspect of this project reaching a larger scale would be the loss of jobs because cattle and agricultural enterprises broke due to the low consumption of meat and products cultivated in land. Nevertheless, we should remember that this project is really cheap. It is more an inversion than a loss due to the circular economy a garden at home represents. Reducing the consumption of meat or even going vegetarian and consuming organic products from your garden helps more to reduce climate change than using the car less or using toppers, glasses, etc. instead of plastic. This project is a much better option to stop the cruelty in the cattle industry and the important reduction of gas emissions that are super contaminating to the planet. The contamination of land with chemicals and the drug of them would be more controlled at home, and finally, the diet at home will be healthier. We as a society need to support each other and save the earth.